I'm starting to see the lab that's starting to think of itself as the lab that's studying the secret life of the smaller subatomic.
That's true.
And it's if the structures of the lab themselves are thinking of themselves that way.
Yes, that's true.
And I see some people talking there. Interesting. What are those people doing? They look like younger students.
I do.
And they're in the lab looking at it.
It makes me really nervous, although I don't know why.
Yeah, they don't get out. Get out. Where are you? People are in your lab who don't belong. They're messing with things.
That's true.
Get them out. Get them out. Get them out.
Oh, he's so scared. He's so scared of people.
That's okay. Just be nice. They're not bad people. Just be nice. Just ask them to say, look, there's a lot of stuff going on here that we're really not understanding very clearly, and we don't know what will disturb it. And would you mind just staying out until we figure out what's going on a little bit more fully? I think he's saying that almost exactly.
That's true.
And they're saying, oh, geez, yes.
Oh, yeah,
so sorry. There, and now just lock the door.
His heart is pounding, and he's breathing really fast. That was really scary for him.
You did great. You did great. Now, all of us who really want to know what's actually going on, to the search for truth central axis, and all others moved away. Rod, there's somebody knocking.
I hear
There's
them.
somebody knocking. Go see who it is. It feels like somebody who really wants to know what's actually going on.
It's a young woman.
It
you see her
is.
face in the little window in the door.
She feels similar to the one we saw yesterday or the day before, whenever
That's
that
right.
was. I think she feels similar. She's saying, I was walking by your lab and I heard sounds, and it was he says, just now, and she says, no, it was before, some time before, in the off hours when no one was here. And what are you studying?
I think he's saying the secret life of the smaller subatomic.
And she's saying, I don't understand why I'm feeling this way, but I'm feeling odd. Ra, ask her what she's studying.
She doesn't really like it.
No, and it's not right for her.
No.
Ra, ask her if she has any interest in studying the secret life of the smaller subatomic. You're going to need an assistant to work through the piles of data. Can you see how the data can come in faster than you can handle it?
Yes.
Why would you ask her if she would have an interest in helping you with some just basic legwork, and that there's no money, this would be a volunteer position?
I think he's asking.
I think he is. I think she's Cosa.
I think she's Cosa. And it's not that I think she's Cosa, it's that this vibration feels like Cosa.
Thank you. That's more accurately said. She's wanting to do this.
Yeah.
She's wanting to do this. She's had some troubles with the current lab setup.
That's true.
On multiple fronts.
That's true.
Multiple things are not a good fit. Some of it seems to have to do with gender inappropriateness.
Grossness.
Right. Well, I don't think Raha is going to be a problem in that regard.
No, that feels true.
This would be a better place for Cosa. Let's just bifurcate. All of us who really want to know what's actually going on, to search for truth central axis. All others moved away. Gently, gently through this lab, and start to, through the center of the lab, draw the focus up and start to pulse from beneath the lab so that this pillar of activity from the smaller subatomic moves through the lab, not to the lab, up to the probes.
That's true.
And what it looks like to me is like a sparkler where some of the sparks are shooting way up high and others are falling down off the sides.
Yeah, that's true.
And enough of the sparks are falling into this lab that there's plenty to work on. We're supposed to there's some kind of collection device that we're supposed to hit. Kind of has the sides of a funnel.
It does have the sides of a funnel, and it opens up into some kind of container.
Yes, but it isn't for this, and they're laughing about it's being used because it's funny.
That's true.
It's maybe something for food or something.
That could be.
And she's saying, why is it coming into there? And he says, I don't know, but it moves around. It was on my chair, and it was on the table, it was on the floor, and now it's here in this. It's something for food, or I'm wrong.
It is something for food. It might be in one of those little dinky popcorn machines that they have in fairs or at children's parties.
Well, why would he have one in his lab?
I don't know, but that is what it looks like.
It does, and when I started to say, well, maybe it's just a lab thing that looks like for food, that was incorrect. This is something for food. Okay, well, let's just shoot through it, aiming for the probes, really aiming for the probes. But the sparkler effect is happening.
That's true.
And to bifurcate all of us who really want to know what's actually going on, to search for truth, central axis. All others moved away. And now for Phil, because this does not seem to be calling Phil to the central axis.
No, it doesn't.
That seems to be moving him away. But for Phil, no one left behind rules apply. Phil, do you consider yourself a member of the Search for Truth community?
Yes.
Definitely. Phil, do you consider that no one left behind rules would include you?
I think nodding.
He does.
But I don't hear him, but I feel...
He's nodding. Okay. Well, we think you're saying that you think that the no one left behind rules apply to you. So in that case, we're going to start gently drawing you toward the Search for Truth central axis. Is that what you want us to do? Nodding. If this starts to feel bad, just let us know in a very clear way. Say stop, or give us the thumbs down, or the stop hand, or a red light. Make a really clear signal. But otherwise, we're going to start drawing you toward the Search for Truth central axis under the No One Left Behind protocols. Is that what you'd like for us to do?
Nodding.
Okay. No one left behind. Search for Truth family to the Search for Truth central axis. Recall to Search for Truth. And now pump up, because it feels like it's happening all up and down the pillar.
True.
And so now the smaller subatomic children, we have a need for those who wish to race toward a consistent source of significantly higher vibrations. All who are ready, willing, and able to join in the race for a consistent source of significantly higher vibrations. Start moving through us, not to us, and through the lab that's studying the secret life of the smaller subatomic, not to that lab. Head for a consistent source of significantly higher vibrations, and when you get there, tell them what's going on and ask them why it's happening.
That's true.
And if you begin to fall down before you get there, get off at whatever level that you find yourself in and ask the presences there why what's happening in your life is happening. Tell them what's happening and ask them why.
That's true.
I find most of the work needs to be at the head and above.
That's true.
I'm intentionally just drawing out the unhelpful vibrations, the 50% least helpful vibrations, and burning them to power the probes in the race for a consistent source of significantly higher vibrations. Now sending it, powering it up, sending up the work, and asking for the grade, and asking for the vibrations to be raised. Something happened.
That is true.
Somebody picked it up, which doesn't mean that it's somebody out of the contagion, but somebody did pick it up.
That's true.
Okay, raise the vibrations, raise the vibrations.
Raise the vibrations.
I see that person who picked up the closing process. He thinks he's out of the contagion, but he isn't.
That's true.
You aren't, friend. You aren't out of the contagion. You aren't. You're inside of it. At your level, have the astronomers changed their tune about what's happening in your universe? Was the old story that the universe was contracting, and the new story that the universe is expanding?
I don't hear him, but I think he's grumpy.
He's afraid and sad. He's afraid and sad. And that's what they're saying all up and down the line. And way down here it's super clear that something really bad has happened.
That's true.
And it seems to be tied into the distortions of reality that the astronomers are noticing.
That's true.
Just so you know. So why don't you send it up even higher? Are you willing? Keep a copy and send it up even higher. Now he's like throwing it against the wall.
Yeah, I don't think he's willing to do that.
You intercepted a transmission of spirit, friend. Are you aware of that? You intercepted a transmission of spirit. He says, you just threw some garbage in my room.
Yes, now he's very huffy.
Live streaming out past this guy who can see it. Somebody is picking it up who feels very young and very clean. Very clean.
That's true.
Picking it up. Thank you. And passing it up higher. Thank you.
That's true.
Yeah, I feel better.
Oh.
We're out of the gross room. We can't leave. We don't want to leave it in the gross room.